Hi there, Janet Fritz here for Galaxy Girl Creations. Welcome to my channel. Welcome to another Some Assemblage Required video, combined with Off the Board, which is also combined with Kit Conspiracy. Today we are using more of our kits from the Simple Stories Cottage Fields collection, but this one is not going to look a lot like it is from Cottage Fields. This is my inspiration for color, and if you've been watching this week, you will see that the colors in Cottage Fields do not have that bright turquoise or red. But because the photos that I'm using, my niece has one of the stuffed animals that we would make for our Girl Scout booths, and it is red and black. So I'm going red and black, and we are allowed to bring in scraps from our scrap bin. We are also allowed to bring in additional embellishments, which is good because this kit did not have a lot of embellishments. So my other layouts for the week so far have been really kind of soft and pretty, but this one is going to be a little bit bold and bright. So I've pulled in this turquoise and this red and white stripe. I am also pulling in a scrap of black here, and I am using my notebook edger and punching that across there so I can use it for a nice layer behind the papers. And I'm really liking the way that that looks. I'm also pulling in this 3x4 card. I like it also. It's got peach, like that peachy red. And it's basically got lighter tones of the turquoise and the red. And so I thought that works well. It just kind of softens it up a tiny bit, but it's not super soft. So it doesn't make the whole layout super soft is what I'm saying. Oh my goodness. It's late at night, and I am voicing this and losing my marbles a bit because it's kind of late and I've been up for a long time. But anyway. Okay, so now I decided to go ahead and distress the edge of my blue paper there, and I should have done that on screen. You can see the edge distresser to the right there. My scissors were sitting on top of it, and it is also from Some Assemblage Required, and it is amazing, you guys. If you struggle with an edge distresser, I would highly recommend using this one because it's really chunky in your hand, and I mean that in the best way possible because it's easy to hold on to. The grooves that the paper go into are really deep, so it's really easy to put the paper in there and distress it, and it doesn't take a lot of work. So highly recommend the edge distresser. And then I am using some wood veneer from MK's shop, and these are I think it's called On Pins and Needles, but it's got all kinds of sewing types of stuff, including, fiber arts, so sewing as well as some knitting and crochet stuff, and I am just using the sewing pieces. Now I'm also using a title that says handmade, and this is out of, I want to say it might have been December or something like that. I think it says homemade, not handmade. It also has red and black buffalo plaid hearts with that title, and so I'm using that because we are making these stuffed animals, their neck pillows, to sell at a Girl Scout event, which you probably, if you watch my channel regularly, saw yesterday and the day before, the booths that they were sold at. So you're kind of getting this a little bit backwards. Now these little turquoise frames or teal frames that I am using, those are from an old Bo Bunny collection called, I think, Life in Color. And so they were also in my scrap bin. So I'm using those to create a little framed area for each one of my little wood embellishments there. And I'm liking the way that this looks, you guys. I'm super happy with how it's turning out. I'm just trying to play around with the frames and see which ones are the right size because the sewing machine was a little bit big, but I don't have a lot of room on that side for a huge frame. So I'm kind of playing around with it and figuring out what I'm going to do. I might have to tuck the frame under because I don't really want to cover up the subject matter in the photograph. While I do that, I want to remind you that Off the Board happens every month, the last Wednesday of the month, where we take inspiration from our Pinterest board. So in this case, I used a color palette as my inspiration, and I knew I had red, but I didn't know what other colors I was going to put with it. I had to pull something from my my scrap bin, and it led me to using turquoise, and so I really like the way that that looks. And then Kit Conspiracy, this is our final week for the month. We have been doing Kit Conspiracy all month long. Each week we are using a different collection and working with it as much as possible. So MK and I have been doing this for a couple of years now, and we do it usually April and November. And so there's a lot of inspiration out there so far for Kit Conspiracy, and I'll put a link to the Kit Conspiracy playlist on my channel at the end here so that you can check that out. I apologize if you're hearing my dog in the background. She is trying to talk to my son, I think. And then anyway, we also have Susan L. and Jennifer Kane joining us this month for the first time for Kit Conspiracy, and you can visit and see what they have created over on their Instagram channels. So I will put that down below. I'll also put links to the products that I'm using today. I don't know if I can find a link for Cottage Fields still, but I will definitely put links to MK's products down below so that you can check that out. I will also put a link to the Off the Board group down below for you as well. So it's been a really fun series. Crystal Barrett over at Pineapple Papers has been doing this series for quite some time, and I do try to play along as much as possible. I don't make it every month, but I really do enjoy doing it. So this turquoise piece of flair was in the embellishment box for Some Assemblage Required for this month, and it says create things on it, and I really liked it, and I liked that was turquoise and matched. So I thought, hey, this is awesome. I've got several things here that are matching, and I'm going to go ahead and use them. Much easier than I thought it was going to be. Now I'm just going to go ahead and adhere this last bit up in the corner and trim off all of the excess little pieces that are sticking out. And look at that, you guys. I didn't even realize I hadn't adhered that entire center section down. But yeah, sometimes that's when that happens. I picked up the layout and the whole thing fell off, but everything at least was adhered to that, so I didn't have to redo a whole bunch. So I'm trimming off the outer edges here, and I really like the way that this looks. I'm going to add a little bit of White Dylusions ink it's called White Linen. And that is, I think, it, you guys. I'm just cleaning off my photos. If you have questions or comments, you can leave those down below. Thank you so much for watching. I hope that you enjoyed this video, and I hope that you come back again Friday for another video. I think I'm going to miss tomorrow. Normally we do post Kit Conspiracy on Thursday, but I'm posting today instead so that I can play along with both Off the Board and finish my requirements or my commitments for Some Assemblage Required. So thank you guys so much for watching. If you have questions or comments, again, leave them down below, and I will see you guys soon. Bye-bye.